Today in the morning. We learned a lot about text models in the morning. We learned how these text models essentially function. We learned prompt engineering. We saw the use cases of a lot of generative AI tools, and then we learned how a workflow can help us get to one outcome. And the session that we learned about the workflow was the image and video generation session, right? Now, this covers the intermediate level, but how do we go from intermediate to advanced? For that, we need to also learn about agentic AI tools that are available today before we go ahead and build our own AI agents tomorrow. And these agentic AI tools can essentially do a lot of things for us. And it starts with writing code, one power that only software engineers had until today, which was the ability to write code. Now, because of that knowledge, they were always able to build products, they were always able to build software as well. But today, that power has gotten completely democratized, right? Everybody who has access to these tools, which is pretty much everybody all across the globe, can go ahead, use these agentic AI tools as well to be able to go ahead and write code or get code written on behalf of them. Do you all want to see what agentic AI tools look like, or what is it that you will be able to do with it? I have a use case that I will take all of you through in case you are interested. So let me know on the chat. Yes, if you want to see what agentic AI tools can essentially do for us, especially when we think like AI generalists. Drop in yes on the chat if you would want to go ahead and see that. Also want to check, am I clear? Is my voice clear? Drop in clear on the chat. Clear on the chat if my voice is clear and there's no external disturbance coming in. All right, we are not going to be taking a break now because we already took a 5-minute break. We will be wrapping up the whole day by around 5:36 p.m. Right? So one more hour is what all of us are going to be spending inside of today, which is day one of the mastermind, and then we will come back. Right? We also wanted to wrap up day one slightly earlier so that you are all able to get enough rest and show up for tomorrow's session on time, because we don't want you to miss out on anything that will be covered tomorrow, because it's all going to be about agentic AI, it's all going to be about automations, and that is the true skill that everybody needs to go ahead and learn. But what did I mean when I went ahead and said agentic AI tools are truly democratizing the power of writing code, building products, or even building software, right? Let me share my screen and take you all through this, simple use case that I had come up with, which I feel would make it relevant for everybody, right? Just give me 1 second. There's a lot of background noise that is coming in. I'll just close out the background noise and then we will continue. Give me 1 second. All right, all right. Uddhav's question is, can we create apps through this? Yes, you will be able to create apps with the agentic tools that are available today, right? But let me share my screen and take you all through this use case, right? Okay, I'll just make my screen bigger. Wonderful. So, to make it relevant for everybody, right? Think about this. We are all today attending the generative AI mastermind, and when you go into Outskills website, you will be able to find the landing page of the two-day generative AI mastermind. Now, this is something that we usually sell at around 5,000 rupees, but a lot of you, I understand, have gotten it at a much lesser price because you either got referred or you came through from some of the influencer partnerships that we had done specifically for this batch, right? Now, we of course run ads extensively on this particular landing page to be able to let people know that something like this is conducted inside of Outscale. Now, if you are a marketer, or if you are into product, or if you are into content writing, you would understand that the role of a marketer or the role of all of the people who handle growth inside organizations, it is always about trying to increase the conversion rate of landing pages, right? I have this beautiful looking landing page currently for the AI mastermind, but this landing page, my marketing team told me, is converting at 6% currently. What does that mean? If 100 people are coming to this landing page through an ad, only 6% of the people, which is 6 out of 100 people, are going ahead and enrolling into the AI mastermind. Now, Vaibhav, who is the founder of Outskill, comes and tells me that, hey, funny, this current landing page of ours is converting at 6%. I want you to do an experiment of creating three other landing pages and doing an A/B test. What will happen if you put out another landing page with a different kind of design? Will we be able to increase the conversion rate from 6% to, let's say, 14%? Is a problem statement that Becker or any founder would come and give to people who are handling growth. And eventually, as generalists, all of us will be responsible for growth, right? Now, when you have a situation like this, in the traditional world, if I had to go ahead and replicate this landing page itself, I would first have to go to my content team. I would have to give this landing page to our content team and tell them that, hey, listen, I want you to go through this entire landing page that we are currently running ads on, and I want you to redo the copy on all of it that is written on this landing page. I want you to redo it because we want to do an experiment to see if 6% conversion rate goes all the way up to 14%. So first I have to go to the content and copywriting team. I have to ask them to draft a new copy for the new landing page that we will be building. And then I need to take it to a designer. And I need to tell the designer that, hey, this is what the existing landing page looks like. I want an entirely different landing page so that I can run ads on that landing page as well and see if I'm getting a better conversion rate there, right? And then once the designer understands the task and designs it, we have to hand it over to a developer who would then make this entire landing page fully functional. Now, for me to be able to do all of this, or for you to be able to do something like this in your organization, I would like to ask all of you, how much time do you think it would have taken for all of you to be able to create multiple versions of landing pages for the AI mastermind? If you were to go ahead, if you had access to all of these teams, and if you were to go ahead and ask all of these teams to work on this project, how much time do you think it would have taken for these teams to come back to you and give you the final landing page so that you as a marketer can go ahead and run ads? Can you let me know? Take a wild guess. 1 week, 1 month, 5 days, right? This is the entire process that we are going to be doing right now. And let's see how much time it really takes us to be able to build other versions, fully functional versions of landing pages right now, right? It's about 4:30 p.m. IST, right? Let's see how much time it really takes us to be able to come up with those outputs. Now, what we can of course go ahead and do is, and this is what a lot of beginner or rookie level AI users end up doing, right? And I wouldn't say this is wrong, but this is not how AI generalists fully optimize for how AI could be used, right? So you can very well, copy this particular hyperlink and you could use, and this is where I'm introducing all of you to an agentic AI tool. Today we are using bolt.new, right? And there are a few others as well, and I will show you those also. One is Lovable, incredibly powerful. Both of these tools are incredibly powerful when it comes to writing code. And I will show you a live demo of what it will look like and what it will be able to do. But here we are not just learning how to use a tool like Bolt, right? We are not just learning how to use a tool like Lovable. We are learning how AI generalists can have the backing of tools like this and be able to solve problems, right? So like I said, you could go ahead, take this entire hyperlink, come to Bolt and say, redesign this landing page for me. And it will start building something, right? It has understood the task already. there is something that is already happening. It has started to think, and let us see what it starts doing over here. It says, I will redesign the AI mastermind landing page with a modern professional design that's conversion focused and production ready, right? And it starts building something off the bat. But we will come back to the output once it's ready. But this is not the mistake that you should be making, right? This is not how AI generalists usually work. Now, if I have to go ahead and have multiple iterations of this landing page, which can convert more than 6%, the first thing that I would like to do is I will use an LLM, right? I will use a large language model because I learned today as well that these large language models can be super helpful with multiple different tasks. Now, I want to go ahead and use ChatGPT to help me in this entire task. And you will see how I'm using ChatGPT to help me, right? But for me to first get started with using ChatGPT to help me in this particular project, I need to be able to give this particular landing page to ChatGPT. If ChatGPT needs to understand our problem statement, it needs to see this landing page, right? Give me a reaction. I'll quickly turn on the reactions so that I get a sense of what all of you are feeling. But give me a thumbs up if you agree that if ChatGPT has to help us increase this conversion rate, it has to first understand what this landing page is all about. Now, can I go ahead and give a link of this to ChatGPT and expect it to come into this landing page and see it? Absolutely not, because ChatGPT by itself cannot access links. So even if I put the link, it will not be able to go into the link. So what I do is, and this is something that I use on a very regular basis because we conduct something called as A/B tests a lot, wherein let us say I have two different landing pages. I can send 50% of the traffic to landing page A and send 50% traffic to landing page B. This would be a classic A/B test where I am sending the same amount of traffic in two different directions, right? And I will very well be able to see whether landing page A is getting me higher conversions or landing page B is getting me higher conversions. So how do I now give this entire landing page to ChatGPT, right? I have this plugin installed and I would recommend all of you to also use this plugin called Go Full Page. You can see it on the screen. What it basically does and what it is doing right now is it is taking a screenshot of the entire landing page for us, right? And you can see it on the screen. It has taken a screenshot of this entire landing page for us and it has given us the option to download this in the form of a PDF or in the form of a PNG file as well. So I'm going to click on download it as PNG and you can see that it has gotten downloaded. Now, I know that ChatGPT allows me to put up pictures inside of it. And I have a picture of my entire landing page, so I can simply go ahead and drag and drop this into ChatGPT. And here, again, if you are not going very, very deep into AI, you will end up making mistakes, right? There are multiple models that are available inside of ChatGPT. As an AI journalist, I told you in the morning today that it's very important for you to be able to decide which model to use where. Now here, I am using the thinking model of ChatGPT because this task needs ChatGPT to wear its thinking hat and go very deep into how it is thinking. And you will soon realize why. Let me go ahead and put my prompt to ChatGPT right now. And what I'm going to do is I have stopped typing my prompts honestly. I've started speaking out my prompts and I use this tool that converts whatever I say into text as I speak it out, right? So you can see a demo of that right here. I See, I use this tool that converts whatever I say into text as I speak it out, right? It converted everything that I spoke into text, and that is how I'm going to enter my prompt right now. And if any of you are interested, I can go ahead and tell you the name of this tool as well after this use case is done. So, what do I now tell ChatGPT? I'm going to say, and listen very carefully to the prompt that I give it. Hey ChatGPT, I want you to help me with this project that I'm working on, where I need to create another version of this landing page that I have attached as a screenshot to be able to make sure that the conversion rate, which is 6% right now, goes all the way up to 14%. So I want to increase the conversion rate of the generative AI mastermind that we conduct at our skill from 6% to 14%. And for that reason, I have gone ahead and attached the landing page to this message, right? I want you to take the role of a conversion rate optimization expert who has more than 15 years of experience. As a CRO expert, I want you to go through this entire landing page that I have currently given you in detail and analyze and critique every section of this landing page as a CRO expert. As you do this analysis, I want you to give me copy that you think will convert higher than the current copy. Remember, the goal is to get the conversion rate to 14%. So, wearing a critiquing lens, I want you to go ahead and analyze every section of this landing page and tell me what are the copy level changes that are required and what are the design level changes that are required for me to be able to increase the conversion rate from 6% to 14%. Did you understand this entire task? So I went ahead and I gave it very, very long context about what we are doing and why we are doing what we are doing, right? I also asked it to take the role of a conversion rate optimization expert in this particular prompt, right? I asked it to take the role of a CRO expert. Now, usually, conversion rate optimization experts charge somewhere between 15 to 20 lakhs per annum. But we have the ability today to go ahead and ask a tool like ChatGPT to take the role of a conversion rate optimization expert and critique this entire landing page, analyze every section of it, and give us updated copy and give us updated design as well. Now, once I have this, I'm also asking it, did you understand this entire task? So that before it starts going ahead and spinning up the whole answer, it tells me whether it has understood it or not, right? So you can see it reiterates what it has understood, and that gives me clarity about whether the tool has understood everything or not. So it says perfect. Yes, I fully understand the task. You want me to act as a senior conversion rate optimization expert and critique your current generative AI landing page section by section. The goal is to increase conversions from 6% to 14%, which is exactly what I am looking for as well, right? And it gives us the thought process, right? It says go through your detailed landing page, go through your landing page in detail, critique every section, provide stronger copy suggestions, give design or UX recommendations, which is layout, structure, visual hierarchy, tie all the recommendations back to the main goal and increase the conversion rate. Now, it is asking us a question as well. Do you want me to go section by section in one long detailed audit, or would you prefer me to break it down into smaller parts? I would want you to go section by section when you do the analysis, but when you give me the final output, I want all of it to be stitched. You clearly see I have stopped writing my prompts now. Whenever I type, I make a lot of spelling mistakes. But I want all of it to be stitched together in the final output with headings of every section that needs to go into the landing page. Okay, and now currently ChatGPT is thinking and it is now analyzing the landing page for CRO recommendations. It is rescaling the image as well so that the clarity of the image becomes much better. And I will not click on get a quick answer, because what happens with GPT-5 is when you click on get a quick answer, it starts skipping the whole thinking process and then it skips that thinking process and gives you the output immediately. But that output is not always good. Of course, if you're going ahead and writing an email or if you're going ahead and writing an article, it is still fine, but not for cases like this wherein we wanted to go into the landing page and analyze every section and give us its own analysis as a CRO expert, right? So it's going ahead and dropping the image section right now. Let's give it a few more minutes. And meanwhile, while ChatGPT is doing it, let us go to Bolt and see what Bolt has already done for us with a simple prompt that we had put out, right? We just said redesign this landing page, right? And this is the output that it has given us already, right? It has gotten the brand name. It basically says it went into the previous landing page, of course, and it has gotten the brand name from it. It says Master AI in just 2 days. And you see how the layout is different from what we originally had. See, originally this was the layout, 2-day AI mastermind, but what Bolt has now done is it has given us the option to add a picture here. It says transform your business with AI and has put in 6 different advantages that people can have with AI. It has given the comprehensive curriculum and everything around it, right? It has skipped the entire FAQ section, unfortunately. But what do you guys think about this? How much would you rate this particular landing page that Bolt has already given us? On a scale of 10, if you had to rate this, how much would you rate it? 2, 5, 4? Someone's giving it a 10 on 10, okay? I would give this probably a 2 or a 3, right? It is, I don't think this landing page would at all convert higher than what our current landing page is converting at, right? I don't think this one would convert at 14% at all, right? Now, let me minimize this and let us see what ChatGPT has done over here. So it has thought for 1 minute 13 seconds, right? And it has actually written code to be able to go ahead and get into this particular image. And you can see it has cropped every section of the image and it has gone into it. And now it has given us section by section CRO tear down. Now, if you guys are liking what ChatGPT has done over here, give me a heart as a reaction, right? If you guys think this is mind blowing what ChatGPT has been able to do, give a heart as a reaction, right? It has torn down the entire landing page into multiple sections and it has written down what is hurting the conversions, what is the copy that we can go ahead and test, and what is the design and UX recommendations that it is giving. For every section, it has gone ahead and done that. For a human being to do something like this, it would have easily taken a week, right? But ChatGPT has broken it down into how many sections? It has broken it down into 15 different sections, and for every section, it has gone ahead and done the same thing. And it has given us cross-page improvements that materially lift the conversion rate as well, right? It has given us cross-page improvements also that we can go ahead and add, and it has given us the new landing page which is stitched together. What I'm going to do, because I'm very lazy, is I'm just going to go ahead and copy this entire response that it has given us. I'm just going ahead and copying the entire response, and then I come to bolt.new once again, because here ChatGPT took the role of a CRO expert for us and it took the role of a copywriter for us. So it has went ahead and written down the entire copy by analyzing the existing landing page. But we still need a designer and a developer to pull this entire project off, right? So, and who is the designer and developer for the evening today? It is bolt.new. What I'm going to do right now in bolt.new is I have copied that entire analysis. I come here and I paste that entire analysis over here, right? And I remove the last part where ChatGPT was actually asking me questions. And here, this time, I'm going to go ahead and give Bolt also some context so that it truly understands its job and it goes ahead and performs it for us. I love the fact that all of you are loving this, but this is going to go into the next level right now when you see Bolt at work with all this context that we are adding, right? So here is what I'm going to tell Bolt. Hey, I want you to take the role of an expert visual designer who has more than 20 years of experience working with brands like Netflix, Apple, Cred, and you have the experience of designing high converting landing pages which look extremely premium and polished. We conduct a generative AI mastermind at Outskill to help people learn AI. And when I ran the current landing page of ours through a CRO expert, the CRO expert was able to break the whole landing page into multiple sections and tell me what is currently working and what needs to be improved. I have gone ahead and given you the entire tear down of the landing page that was given to me by the CRO expert. I want you to go ahead and take a look at the entire CRO analysis in detail, and I then want you to go ahead and build out another version of the landing page for me by taking all the suggestions that you have gotten into consideration. And when you create this new landing page for me, I want you to optimize it for high conversion rates because I want this landing page to convert at 14%. I want you to use a tinge of black and neon green colors because those are the brand colors of Outskill. And I want you to give this landing page a very, very premium, glossy, polished finish. So I gave the designer some instructions by giving it the prompt now. Let that come up. Okay. Let me give that one more shot. I don't think the text got converted. Test, are you working? Okay. I'm going to say that out once again. So the people who have probably missed out previously, you will be able to catch it once again. Hey, I want you to take the role of an expert visual designer who has more than 15 years of experience working with brands like Netflix, Apple, Craig. You are very experienced when it comes to designing high converting landing pages. We conduct a generative AI mastermind at Outskill, and the current landing page of the AI mastermind converts at 6%, and I'm looking to take that conversion rate to 14% with a new landing page. Now, the existing landing page was given to a CRO expert who tore the entire landing page down into multiple sections and gave a note, a detailed note of what needs to change at a copy level and a design level. I've gone ahead and given all of those details below. I want you to take a look at what the CRO expert has given us. Take all those considerations while designing a new landing page that is going to look extremely premium and polished. And I want you to use the colors black and neon green because those are the brand colors of Outskill. Make this landing page look extremely premium and polished as you go ahead and build it for me. All right, this time it has got it. And you all heard what I said. So all that I'm going to do is now hit enter. And you see the length of the context that we had given bold this time, right? I'm going to copy this entire thing once. I will go ahead and copy this entire prompt as it is. Give me a second to do that. There you go. Going to copy this entire thing, and because we have the potential of AI today, we don't have to just restrict ourselves to one more version of the landing page. We can go ahead and create as many landing pages as we want at the same damn time. So I have Bolt open here. I have one more tab that I opened up, and this time I opened Lovable, right? And in Lovable, I'm going to put the same prompt, and we will go ahead and see what Lovable gives us, right? I've gone ahead and put in the same prompt into Lovable, and this is something that I've started doing lately, right? I will go ahead and open one more tab of Bolt. And this time as well, I will go ahead and get the same prompt once again. Because Divij in the morning, if you remember, told us that every time we prompt these AI models, even if the prompt is exactly the same, the output is never exactly the same. There will be a minor difference in the output each time you go ahead and generate, right? So with this power of AI, I currently have three designers and developers working for me in parallel, right? This is the first designer and developer at work. This is the second one for us, and this is the third one for us. And while this is going ahead and doing its job, right, I want to go ahead and show you what happens when you click on the code button. How does Bolt or Lovable essentially work? How do these models even work? Well, when you go into the code section, you will be able to see that as I'm speaking to all of you, it is going ahead and writing hundreds of lines of code, right? It is actually going ahead and writing hundreds of lines of code, and you can see that it is creating multiple sections of the landing page as we are speaking, and it is writing code inside of each of these sections, right? It has gone ahead and created all of these packages as required and is filling it up with the code that is required. That is what is happening inside of these tools. Now, drop in MB on the chat if this seems to be mind blowing for you. A tool that is able to write code for us right off the bat. So all that you need to have today is you need to have a problem, you need to have a solution in your mind for that problem, and you need to know this how to write a prompt or how to communicate to these AI models in natural language, right? Today that is English, tomorrow new languages could also come up. But if you know these things, identifying a problem, crafting a solution for that problem, the logical step-by-step method, so that you can guide these AI tools to work for you. Everything else will be taken care of, right? Lovable also, if you look at it, it thought through and it has gone ahead and it has started working on writing the entire code, right? So if I click on code viewer here, it will start the live preview, and Lovable also parallelly is writing hundreds of lines of code as we are speaking, right? Now, I come back to Bolt, the first tab of Bolt, and it says I've created a premium high converting AI mastermind landing page. Do you all want to go ahead and see what it has done? Do you all want me to open the preview mode right now? Drop in yes on the chat if you want me to go ahead and open the preview mode for all of you. Let us see if this has done a better job than the previous one. Just to remind all of you, when we had not put any detailed context, this is what it came up with. It still wrote the code, but the design and everything else was all over the place. But this time, let us see what it has done. Go build your team's AI power. Build your team's AI power user in 48 hours. A live hands-on mastermind where you build 5 job-ready automations. Ship a mini project and leave with prompt packs plus SOP you can use on Monday. Absolutely no coding required. It talks about the date. Of course, the date here is wrong. It gives me an option to go ahead and view the syllabus directly if I want to. That can obviously improve the conversion rate. Built for operators, not theorists. And it has added all these flashy gradients as well as I hover over the cards, right? And it has split up day 1 and day 2 over here, but when I click on show full syllabus, a pop-up comes up, and this pop-up has detailed breakdown of what is covered, and it has a reserve my seat now CTA as well, right? As I scroll down, it has the mentor section, it has the results section. Okay, wonderful. And it also has the FAQ section right here. How much would you folks rate this landing page on a scale of 10? Now, because I am into growth, because I'm into marketing, I know for a fact that this landing page will convert much better than probably the existing one that we had. And eyes closed, I would take this landing page live. I would run ads on it and I would see it, because if you look at the copy, The copy is much more, it's talking to us directly, right? It's much more convincing. Now, let's look at what Lovable has done for us. This is the second iteration of the landing page, and this is what Lovable has put out for us. Let me go ahead and show you the entire preview in a new tab. There you go. We asked it to use neon green colors and it slightly did overdo the neon green colors. It's like too poppy right now. So we will have to go ahead and ask Lovable to tone down the entire design language once again because the text is not essentially readable. But if I look at the copy and if I look at the structuring of it, I quite like what it has done with the structuring as well. Very similar to what we saw on Bolt, but here it has also given us this option of adding a 60-second video, which can improve the trust when someone comes to the landing page, right? So this is what Lovable has gone ahead and given us, and Bold has given us one more iteration of it. Let me open this up and let us try to see what is the difference between this and the previous version that it has given us. The copy, of course, looks the same, but there you go. The design elements that it has used is slightly different in this one, right? And as you scroll down, you again have similar interactions. And here, instead of giving us the syllabus directly, it is asking for the email address. And I can very well use that to do email nurturing after that. And what can I do? I can come back to ChatGPT and I can now tell ChatGPT that, hey ChatGPT, I really like how the new landing pages have turned out to be with the new copy. Now, I see that you have added a lead collection feature inside the landing page. Now, even if a person does not buy or get enrolled into the AI Mastermind, I have the ability to collect their email address now. So I want you to go ahead and write a 5 email sequence for me that I can trigger automatically to all the leads that I'm collecting, which are also not going ahead and converting or enrolling directly, but are just dropping in their lead on the landing page. So I want an email campaign as well at this point of time because I have the ability of going ahead and collecting email addresses. And as I collect these email addresses, even if the person is not converting directly, I can convert them later on through my email. So I went to ChatGPT again and I asked ChatGPT to give me an email sequence. While it does its job, I scroll down and I see what are the other things that I can go ahead and change on this particular landing page. And of course, with agentic tools like Bolt or Lovable, you can go ahead and prompt it multiple times, right? Let us say you don't really like the first section. You can select the inspector option here and you can highlight this entire section, right? You can highlight one entire section, or what you could also do, let us say you don't like the what you will leave with section. I can go ahead and highlight this entire section. It's selected for inspection. I can go ahead and say, I don't like the design of this section. Can you redo it for me? And it will go ahead, keep the entire landing page the same, but just change this particular section over here, right? You can also take screenshots, give it more context in this particular tab itself, upload screenshots, and you can say, I want you to copy this exact style, and it will go ahead and copy that exact style for you. But once you're completely happy, what you can go ahead and certainly do is, let me open this up for all of you. You can go ahead and click on publish, right? Now, when you click on publish, it currently says app is not published yet, but you can go ahead and publish it from here and deploy it directly. The other thing that I would also like to show you very, very quickly, but this is something that we will be going deeper into on Monday when we do product building with Bolt itself, or other agentic tools also that exist today, is that these tools today have something called as integrations available. And when you click on integrations, these are directly integrable to payment pages or payment method like Stripe. You can add a backend database. Some of you who are into tech, you might be like, hey, funny, what you have just built out is only the front end. What will I do on the, what do I do about the back end? How can I see, what are people actually doing on this particular landing page? Well, you have a backend database that can be connected called Superbase. I simply click on this and it will ask me to go ahead and connect my Superbase account. You can totally do that. You can also go ahead and export this entire code base into GitHub and make further changes as well if you want to. So all of these things are absolutely possible for you to go ahead and take this completely live. There you go. I said I didn't like this particular section. It went ahead and it said I will redesign it for you, and it has given us all the improvements that it has made. Let's scroll down and let us see. There you go. It changed the entire section for us. Where is that section? Yes. What will you leave with? 5 repeatable automations, prompt and workflow library, demo ready mini project, and certificates and templates. Right? Now this and before I close this down, over here, ChatGPT at the same time was able to give us the emails as well because it already has the context. So based on the same context, it has gone ahead and crafted 5 different emails for us, and it tells us when these emails should be delivered as well. Instant delivery, okay, what you will build and the payoff, when should we send it after 24 hours, one more email after 72 hours, one more email after 120 hours, and the fifth email on the seventh day, which is after 168 hours. And you can read through what it has written, and it has given us optional enhancements as well. Now, this is how you could go ahead and think of increasing the conversion rate, or this is how you could go ahead and think of building your own personal portfolio website or product website or anything around it. Do you all think that now it is possible for me to increase the conversion rate from 6% to 14%, or have multiple versions of the same landing page so that I can go ahead and have as many A/B tests done as possible? And I told you all, we started at 4:30 p.m. We are at 5 p.m. IST, and I'm teaching you the entire process as I was speaking and executing it. Half an hour, and we have 3 different iterations of the landing page for the AI mastermind. Drop in, boom, on the chat. If this has unleashed another potential of AI for all of you. This is how people need to start thinking, and this is how people have to start putting all of these AI tools together, right? Wonderful, wonderful. Let me close these out for all of us. All right. Now, yeah, Naresh, you are absolutely right. They work beautifully when you put all of these different AI tools that you know of into something called as a workflow. Chase one output, but for that output, you're taking the help of multiple AI tools, and that is how AI generalists really work. Now, let me go ahead and share my screen. Give me 1 second to be able to do that.